see if this here live will work. I don't have internet in here in the hotel room. I don't have internet, but wanted to pop on here Sunday. I'm in the hotel, old school hotel, little city in Iowa. Come up here for a speaking engagement for one of my high school mentees who go to college up here. So we come up here, just to get out the house, support, move around. I just posted a video not long ago, just kind of chatting on it. Let me see. Make sure. So hopefully my service is decent. We this ain't got much light in here. Ain't got no light over my head. I'm gonna do a live a Q&A on Instagram, but I want to come on here. And I posted some videos earlier, wanted to chat about those. I posted some videos earlier in the week that was talking about, will a man wait? And I saw one young lady, she posted, I don't believe most men will wait. I'm just not believing most men will wait. And that's one of the downfalls of humanity, is us not believing in humanity, like us not believing in the good of each other. So the same way women don't believe in the good in men, men don't believe in the good in women. And so when you have two genders that don't believe in the good of the other, it hinders the connection. It breaks down the connection. So then you can't really build something secure on a firm foundation, because neither party believes in the humanity of the other. So women believe men are liars and cheaters and dogs and can't be trusted, and majority of men are, narcissists, and that's what women believe. And then men believe women are gold diggers and liars and deceivers and freeloaders and all of this stuff. And this kind of goes across the board. And so when you meet somebody, and what we don't realize is that is not as common as we think it is. And what we don't realize is now when you get together, you can't really build because there's no trust. And if there is no trust, there is no relationship. And so we got to be able to get to a place to where, so when I said that, that's one thing that I found, is that so many women do not believe that a man will wait if a woman want to wait. And so that has a woman getting on her back. Got a woman getting on her back. And then if a woman willing to get on her back, the man in most cases is not going to be like, oh, no, get up, what you doing? Getting on your back. Then it's not gonna click, because the man is really waiting on the woman to show what she wants and how she wants to be treated. Because unfortunately, it's not in human nature to just give people what they deserve, in the sense of, we've seen so much savagery. So we all from this mindset to where it's kind of like in business. Like we went to a black owned business while we here, a restaurant, and I ordered for me and I ordered for Caleb. He ordered, but I paid for it. And the food was like, I can't remember how much it cost. Like $23 or something like that, $24. And I think I gave a $10 tip. And the $10 tip was like over 30%. And so then I ordered again because it was soul food. I ordered again, just doing the most, but really wanted support. And then the guy was like, I'm gonna give you this right here for free. And I said, no, don't worry about it. We're gonna pay for it because we want to support. And we are so used to being taken advantage of. We're so used to people trying to get over. Samantha, God bless you, that we don't know how to accept or will take. And we live in a country. If you're not in America, this don't apply to you, but we live in a country where it was a lot of taking being done. It was a lot of pillaging being done. And so that kind of create this savagery. It kind of creates this take whatever you can get. And what I tell women all the time is that just because a man accepts something doesn't mean, y'all gonna have to forgive me with the bad lighting in here, cause that light shining in my eye, I can't. And I'm in this old school hotel. And so just because a man accepts something doesn't mean that's what he wants. And a lot of times people don't believe that. So often women say, well, a man shouldn't take it. He shouldn't sleep with a woman if just because she want to sleep with him, if he know that she's not ready or that's not what she wants. But as adults, we got to have our own set of standards, and we can't expect somebody to look out for us. So if you go into an establishment or business and you say, hey, I want to buy a car, if you haven't looked up what that car is worth, and you ain't compared on Kelley Blue Book or different sites, True Value, what have you, Kelley Blue Book, True Value, Cemetery. If you haven't compared on those sites and you go in and they tell you this car worth $30,000 and really it's worth $15,000, you got to know the value for yourself. Like, nobody gonna say, oh no, we're not gonna take advantage, we're not gonna get over on you. But when you know what you're worth and you know the value, you know your value, you know what you want, then people have to meet you there. And so the young lady says she just don't believe most men will wait. The key is every man will wait. Every man will wait, but the difference is every man will only wait for his wife if his wife wants to wait. So that's what you have to understand. It's not that the man won't wait. It's that he won't wait for you because you're not his wife. And so you can't be mad about that. Go on about your business. Go on about your business. That's somebody else's husband. But don't get on your back trying to get a man to stay. It's telling yourself that if I don't give it to him, then somebody else will. That is true. But if that's your husband wants what you want. Your husband don't want you to do something that you don't want to do. That ain't your husband. So you have to realize that, and you gotta push that. You gotta push that narrative, and you gotta let your friends and your family and your cousins know. Because the thing about it is, the reason why grown boys get over, like the Bible say, my people perish due to a lack of knowledge. And so in relationships, a lack of knowledge, we perishing. And we perishing from DV. We perishing from HIV. We perishing from sadness and sickness. We perishing from all these things, and it's due to a lack of knowledge. So what the adversary wants to happen is the adversary want people to be tricked out of their peace. The adversary want people to be tricked out of their abstinence. The adversary want us to be fooled. and want us to believe that we can't have this or we can't have that, and that we got to give up everything, and we got to, you know, that a woman got to sleep with a man just to keep a man, and then end up sleeping with the man and still get cheated on. Sleeping with the man, cooking for the man, doing all this and that, all that, and still get cheated on. And the reason why is because that's not your man. That's somebody else's man. So you have to be able to know your standards and to stand on your standards, and don't get to a place to where you just doing something willy-nilly. And you can't be afraid to lose somebody. Like, you always got to be able to get up and walk away from the table. It's just like at the car dealer again. The car dealer, the car dealership is one of the shadiest places in the world. And it's dominated by men. And the way men do sales is the same way men do relationships. And so it's just like when you go to the car dealership. They're not gonna give you a good deal. They're gonna drive a hard bargain. But when you willing to walk away, they'll be calling you the next day. Yeah, we're gonna be able to, just thought about it. We're gonna be able to do that number that you had. So yeah, would you mind coming on back in today? And then they're gonna do what you wanted to do originally. And that's what you got to realize. Gabrielle, God bless you now. God bless you. Lord, God bless you. So when you stand on your standards, you got to be willing to walk away. You got to be willing to do without. And today, women so desperate. Men are not desperate because it's so many women. And the truth of the matter is, it is more ready women than there are ready men. That's the truth of the matter. But the reason why it appears that way is also because a lot of the men that are good get overlooked. A lot of the men that are good are called lame. They're boring. Women say they don't feel a spark. Women say they don't feel chemistry. And not realizing that in chemistry, stuff could blow up in your face in chemistry. In chemistry, you put two wrong chemicals together and you finna have a long day. It's finna not go pretty. And so many women just looking for chemistry, looking for a spark, and not realizing that the thing what's sparking is his Jezebel spirit, is his narcissistic ways, his manipulation. That's what's sparking. But when you get to a place to where you start to understand healthy relationships, what you realize is in healthy relationships there aren't really sparks. It's not sparks. It's because a spark come from hot grease. That's what a spark come from. It come from hot grease. So lust burns. Love warms. So love is like the microwave. So you could put foil in the microwave. I mean, the oven. Love is like the oven. You could put foil in the oven. Lust is like the microwave. You can't put foil in the microwave. I just heated up some in the microwave. Some of that good peach cobbler. God, the real peach cobbler now. The real peach cobbler. And so I put that in the microwave. Now, if I put some foil in the microwave, guess what's going to happen? But if I put foil in the oven, you see what I'm saying? So a lot of women saying, oh, I want a spark. I want a spark. And really don't realize that a healthy man is boring. Like, and when I say boring, is he doesn't have drama going on. It ain't no yelling and cursing and going back and forth. It ain't all of that with a healthy man. It's going to be mild and not spicy. It's gonna be mild. And it's gonna be a dry rub, not uh, buffalo sauce. And you're gonna, it's gonna be a different feel. And so, what you have to realize is, it's just like the term that somebody made up, gaslighting. When you think about that, when you light gas, it's a spark, and sometimes that gas is ready, and you stick that flame in there, it could blow up in your face. And that's why people say, "Oh, gaslighting, gaslighting me." And what a lot of women don't understand is that women are basically asking, when a woman describe what she wanted in a man, a lot of women basically asking to be gaslit, asking to be narcissized, asking to be misled, asking to be deceived, mistreated, dogged out. A lot of women asking for that, and because they want a spark. And that's what you have to realize. So the good men, for one, they're not wired to chase women. Like, the good men today, they're more so focused on their business. They focus on their mind, their body, their spirit, and they focus on peace. So the good men, they're not really trying to be zaddies and all of that. They got other focus. So when you meet these good men, their hygiene may not be a A1, because that's a learned lesson. That's a learned behavior. They may shower and all of that, brush their teeth, but they may not do it to a level of perfection. A lot of times that comes from, the influence of their mother. And so they may not dress like a pro athlete and be all, you know, stylish and all of that. It may be some loose jeans and a flannel shirt. And so you got to understand that when he fall in love with you, then you're able to introduce him to different types of fashion. But you also got to make sure you're not dressing him like your fetish, like your crush, like the man you want to have a one night stand with, and you letting this man be who he is. And so that's the thing today, is that good men, the single men who are good men, have no PR. They have no PR. But the bad men, the toxic men, they screaming from the mountaintops in the music, in the movies, the media. And so that's what women being fed. And then so many women want the same type of man. And then women who feel like they have it all together will look and see this other, will look and see this woman who they think they're cuter than. They think they're cuter than this woman. They think they got a better body than this woman. They think that they, doing more um, than this woman. They'll see this woman go and get married and just have her way. And then be like, well, how she got married? And it's because she saw a good man for his heart. And she didn't judge him based off of the music and the media and the movies. And then women say, oh, well, that's not fair to us as women, because men don't do the same thing. Nobody asking a man to settle. Well, what you have to realize is nobody asking a woman to settle. And what I'm saying to a woman is also said to the man. And men who get married, good men who get married, have to do the same thing, because a good woman is not a spark. There's not sparks and flames with a good woman, because a good woman is not gonna sleep with a man every day. A good woman is not going to cook every day. A good woman is not going to clean every day. And you know why she's not? Because she's a human. And humans don't feel like doing everything every day, because humans have bad days. So a good woman is an authentic woman. She's an honest woman. And so a good woman is not going to sleep with her man when she has a headache, because she's going to communicate to him, I have a headache and I don't feel good. And he has to respect that, because she loves herself. And if he doesn't respect that, he's going to feel her unhappiness with his disrespect. And if he pushes the issue and she gives in and she allows him to lie down with her, even though she has a headache and she's not feeling good, eventually she's going to leave, because she's not respected and she's not appreciated. So a good man, we will go many, many days in this year without sleeping with our woman, because in that year, if she has 100 headaches or stomach aches or long days, then we're gonna respect her as a human and understand that. So even with men, good men are not, marrying sparks and flames. Good men are taking the oven over the microwave. Good men taking the long and slow road over the short and fast road. And so when you see a good marriage, it's the same thing. It's two individuals who see the imperfections, meaning they're not really flaws, they're imperfections based on society's standard of perfection. So we call it imperfection. But the imperfections make the person perfect. And so when you see a good marriage, it's two understanding people who are real. It's two people who gonna miss some workouts. It's two people who gonna have some bad days. It's two people who gonna put on some marriage weight. It's two people who going to not be perfect, and they're gonna understand and respect each other being human. And they're gonna grow and they're gonna work, but they're gonna respect, love, and trust. Meaning they're not intentionally hurting each other. They're not cheating on each other. They're not taking advantage of each other. They're not doing that. But they understand that they're human and that they're going to have mood swings. They're going to be up and down. They're going to have bad days. And that's what a healthy relationship is going to look like. And today we're looking for perfection. We're looking for this fantasy, this fairy tale, and we want something from a storybook. And that's what's keeping a lot of people single, men and women, is the storybook. Is we believing the hype. We believe in the hype, and men saying, oh, I want somebody like Rihanna. And not understanding that you don't get to the place that, like, not understanding there's a lot that come with a human, that come with a celebrity, that come with what it takes, the mindset it takes to be a global icon. A lot come with that. So a man will say he want Rihanna and don't understand what come with that mindset. But and really it doesn't realize that he is not seeing her quote unquote imperfections because of her fame and her money. Because if this celebrity was a regular person, we would see all of their imperfections. We would see their forehead. We would see their nose. We would see their love handles. We would see their attitude problems. We would see all of this if there was a regular person. So women falling in love with celebrities, men falling in love with celebrities, and then we going into the real world and we want to feel the same spark with a regular person that you will feel from lusting after a celebrity that you do not know. And then we wondering why relationships don't work. And so even when you look at these celebrity relationships, I just saw the Benet lady and her guy divorce, the pastor and the actress divorcing, um, Kanye and Kim divorcing. You see all these divorces, all these divorces. And the reason is the hype. People fall in love with the fantasy, with the idea of this person, and then get with them and can't handle the reality of this person. And so it's just lasting 5 years, 8 years, some have some kids, and then it don't work out. And so that's what's happening in the relationships today. And we just got to be rooted in reality. And our problem is we're not rooted in reality. And just like right now, we have virtual reality. That virtual reality is also like social media is another form of virtual reality because it's virtual and it's not reality. Just like virtual reality is not real, what you see online 99.9% of the time is not real. So what you see online is a mirage. It's something that you see. And I just had lunch with a billionaire who's a billionaire on paper, but he don't have $1 billion in the bank. And he told me he said his business could be out of business in 5 years, but yet he's a billionaire on paper. He says it's not out of the realm of possibilities that his business is out of business in 5 to 6 years. And one would think, like, how in the world can you be a billionaire and your business could be that it's not out of the realm of possibilities that your business could be out of business in 5 to 6 years? And that's the thing is, and he told me, he said, this is all a mirage. He said, you chasing, you want to be a billionaire. He said, it's all a mirage. He said, you already arrived. You already that guy. Like, you already doing what you call to do and what you need to do. Like, don't worry about a title to get your message out. People will listen to you even without a B in front of your name or behind your name. And that's what he was telling me. And so what's happening is we going to social media and we watching people highlight reels. And so we looking at their highlight reel and then we comparing it to our behind the scenes. We comparing somebody's showroom to our mess hall. We comparing their open window living room, their sunroom, to our prayer closet. And that's where we getting lost at, because we believe in the hype. We believe in the hype. And then when you go into reality and you like, oh, well, this woman over here got this man, but you don't see the dark side of that man. You don't see the negative parts of that man. And if you saw the negative of that man, you'll put your shoes on and run. And men going and looking at this guy and say, oh, he got this woman, but don't see all the fakeness of the woman, all the attitude and the craziness of that woman, and don't realize that if he got to experience that woman, he would run. And so we meet people that we could be with But because you compare the person that you talking to, because you comparing that person to the highlight reel of somebody online or somebody else relationship that you know nothing about, you end up losing with the person you with, the person that you could build with. You end up missing out on something because you comparing a highlight reel to a behind the scenes. And so, you got to think about this. You got to think about this. And so this what we coming to today. And what we have to realize, what you're gonna have to realize is that anybody you meet, you're gonna have to build with that person. You're gonna have to build. Nobody's gonna come, male or female, nobody's gonna come ready made. Nobody's going to be everything that you want them to be. It's going to be some things you got to work through. And it may be small things and some may be big things. But the key is you have to ask yourself, can I trust this person? And am I safe? Do I feel safe? If you feel safe and you feel like you could trust this person, then any other problems that you're working through, it's just personality stuff, personality differences, upbringing, things of that nature. And the point of a relationship is to make each other better. So the man is gonna make the woman better. The woman is gonna make the man better. The man gonna teach the woman some things. The woman gonna teach the man some things. And then you getting better together. So, and then you have an understanding. And you have an understanding and you get to where you could build. So if a man gets with a woman and this woman is loving, she's caring, she's kind, she's supportive, but she's not domesticated, meaning she wasn't raised and taught how to cook. She wasn't taught how to cook. So, but because she's loving and kind and supportive, her encouragement, her motivation, her support helps her man build his business. So he builds his business to the place to where now they can afford a cook. So where this woman cannot cook because of her lifestyle, the way she was raised, now because of her other attributes and what she brings to the table, they can afford a cook. They can afford a cleaner. They can afford whatever area that needs to be filled. And the same with this man. The man could be a great person and have a lot of ambition, have a good heart, be faithful, be kind, but he doesn't know how to work with his hands. He wasn't raised working with his hands. He was a computer guy or he was a sports guy. So remodeling the house himself is not in his wheelhouse. But because of his ambition and his faithfulness and his focus, he's able to get to a place to where he can afford to hire the man who works with his hands and be a blessing to his business and yet still operate in his strength. And that's what a relationship is we going into relationships. And the problem why so many people single today is people going into a relationship and they looking for someone to be a renaissance man, a renaissance woman, to be everything, to be this whole package. And they looking for that, and it's just not realistic. Like everybody is gonna have weaknesses. Everybody gonna have some areas that they're not the strongest in. But you have to ask yourself, is this do or die? Like, is this area where my partner isn't the strongest in, is this make or break? The only time it's make or break is when it's their character flaws, when it's their attitude, the way they treat you. That's when it's make or break. When it's not based in that, and it's just something that's, you can learn along the way, then you got something to work with. And so that's what we got to realize, and get to that place. And we got to have realistic standards. You got to be able to look yourself in the mirror, and you got to know what your equal looks like. See, we looking in the mirror, and it's like, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? And we letting the mirror say, oh, you are the fairest of them all. You the best thing since sliced bread. You God's gift to earth. And you letting the mirror tell you that lie. And then you meet somebody and you looking at them and you become their mirror. And you judging them as their mirror. And you see all of their flaws. You got the convex lens and you see all their flaws. And your mirror, you 3Xing there, you magnifying his or her flaws, but then you are minimizing your flaws. So I done coached so many people who say, I'm a good catch. They call themselves a good catch, but they can't see themselves. They done been led to believe that by their mama, because their mama loved them. They done been led to believe that by, getting their head pumped up from posting pictures on Instagram, but cannot really see themselves through the eyes of somebody else, and don't look like a good catch at all. But then judging everybody that's approaching them when those people are a reflection of them and they don't even realize it. So we got to get real about our flaws, not beating ourselves up, but we got to really be real and be able to identify our blind spots, our weak areas, so that when you meet somebody, you're able to appreciate their strengths and not just look down on them because of their blind spots or their weak areas. And so the thing is it's a lot of good out there, and it's a lot that's out there and that can be found, but we're not finding it because of the lenses you're looking through. You're missing the good because of the lenses you're looking through. And you got to get to a place to where you can understand and you can realize, you could realize where you're looking from. So this really, what I see from my viewpoint, from where I'm at, is the reason why a lot of people, singles, get stuck in that single season is not being able, you know, is not being able to see other people and not being able to appreciate other people and looking through the wrong lenses. And now we're being judgmental and we're waiting on perfection. And so when you look at a finished product, if you see a finished product and this finished product is with somebody else, but you don't know the finishing that had to be done, how much sweat and tears that went into the finishing of that person, then you want the product, you want the prize, but you don't want the process. You don't want the pain, the work that it took for this person to get where they need to be. And that's what you got to understand. I'm looking at the game. The lady's making a weird face on the TV. I don't know if she crying or laughing. And so that's where you got to get to. And we really need somebody to be honest with us. Like, you kind of need somebody who is a friend that you know is not a hater, that could hurt your feelings and say, okay, look, this is what you need to work on. You need to work on this, that, and the third. You ain't all the way there yet. You ain't all the way arrived yet. So you got to understand that and get to that place. So think about this and get to understand where be open. And it's kind of like the gold digger, not the gold, not the gold digger like the money hungry person that we hear about, but the person who digging for actual gold. The person who digging for actual gold, they're not paying attention to the dirt. They digging around the dirt. They getting around the dirt and they get into the gold. So it's when you meet somebody, you can't just see them as dirt. You got to see their gold. So you got to be able to chisel, fine tune. So you have to see a person of who they can become. And then you got to ask yourself, is this person willing to work toward that? Is this person moving toward that? So a prime example is when you see me today, do you see a womanizer? Do you see a drug dealer? Do you see a shady person, a backstabber, a liar? Do you see a thief? You don't see that today, but that's what I was when my wife met me. So when my wife met me, I was the scum of the earth. I was not a good person, but I had a desire and a will to be a better person. So when she met me, I realized, whoa, okay, this is a good person. She's not perfect. She got little things that she need to work on, but I could see her and her process, and I can appreciate and respect the work that she's doing. And then she could look at me and say, okay, I could see who he can become if he willing to do the work. And so then you get to a place where you don't look like what you've been through. And that's what you got to understand. Is nobody, when you meet them, will have arrived. And if they have arrived, they may not want you, may not need you. So that's gonna be something that we got to understand. That's gonna be something that we got to, process and be able to do the work on, be able to get to that place. Y'all give me 1 second. Y'all forgive me. I was trying to call my mentee. He down in his room. I was about to see if he could run the Starbucks because I'm on my cell phone. But need one of them Starbucks teas, medicine ball up here in this snow. It's snowing up here, so it just came from warmer weather into the snow. That kind of shock your body. So I'm up here trying to make sure I transition well. So listen to me. This is something I want you to think about. I want to pop in, share this message with you. I know it's a lot of chatting going on, so y'all ain't heard nothing I said. So y'all have to watch back to this and watch the video over, because you can't read the chat and listen at the same time. Although you think you can, our brains just really can't really do that. So, you'll have to watch the video over, because I know how, you know, human nature, we knows this, so we're gonna read everything in the chat. So y'all up here having a whole conversation. So I'm gonna take some questions, probably about 15 minutes. I see Andrea put a question in there. Andrea, you could have lost your money now, because this wasn't no Q&A, and you just putting questions in there now. So don't do that again, because I don't want you flushing money down the toilet. God bless you. I saw it though. God bless you. Andrea, thoughts on a straight man who's pursuing you, who follows a but is adamant that he's straight, but can't explain why he followed that person. I haven't picked up on any before, but this made me uneasy. Well, I tell you what. You know, I can't speak for every man, but I can't speak for every man, and analogy would be too harsh. But I'm gonna tell you like this right here. What I've been hearing lately, and it ain't just here. It's been some years now. I've been hearing it's a lot of men. Okay, Andrea adding on to it. All right, big bank, big baller. You could become a member of the Blessed Tribe, and you could just type in the chat free of charge now. Andrea. But God bless you now. God bless her seed. Let it turn thousandfold. I just discovered this and decided to stop going on dates with him. I'm following my spirit. Sorry I came in late. Thanks, Tony. God bless you. Yeah, listen to your spirit, sister. Listen to your spirit. I'm going to tell you that now. Because listen, I'm the type of man that I got my mentee with me. A lot of guys share rooms. If I can afford it, I don't even share no room with no man. I don't even share a room with a man. Even though we men and got the same, you know, parts and all that, I really don't even want no man in my close space. Just because I'm a man. So I know this is a man. So it's like, okay, all right. So I'm gonna tell you, as a straight man, it ain't nothing in the world ever that'll make me follow a trans woman. It just, and what that mean is, I don't know what that mean, but really what it mean, what I've been hearing is that a lot of men is into that. A lot of men doing that. And I don't know if it's the music. I don't know if it's just society. Oh, I know what it is. Lust is very strong. And so today is so much lust going on. It's so much going on. And you got to realize it's kind of like this right here. It's like you start with vanilla ice cream, right? Or you start with chocolate ice cream. Then after you get used to that vanilla ice cream, now you want you some fudge drizzling on it. And after you get used to that vanilla ice cream with the fudge drizzle on it, now you want vanilla ice cream with fudge drizzle with strawberries on it. And then after you get used to the vanilla ice cream with the fudge drizzling with the strawberries, now you want vanilla ice cream, fudge drizzle, strawberry, and crushed Oreos on it. Then after you get used to all that, now you want vanilla ice cream, fudge drizzling, strawberry, crushed Oreos, and crushed Butterfinger on it. You see what I'm saying? So what's happening is these men, they going onto these websites and they watching a man with a woman. They watching a man with a woman. Then they go from watching black man, black woman to watching white man, white woman. Then they go to watching black man, white woman. Then they go to watching white man, black woman. Then they go to watching white woman, white woman. Then they go to watching black woman, black woman. Then they go to watching white woman, black woman. You see what I'm saying? So then they go to watching 3 women. Then they go to watching 1 man, 3 women. 1 man, 2 women. Then they go to Asian, Asian white, Asian black. 2 men, 1 woman. So they keep going and going and going to next thing you know, now they got man who look like woman but still got man thing with a woman. Okay? Like basically like Caitlyn Jenner. Now they watching somebody like Caitlyn Jenner who dress and look like a woman, still got the man, but wanna be with women. Now they go to seeing that. So now they go to thinking they got the best of both worlds. They got the woman and they got the man. So now it's millions of men that's into that. And all what it is just they lust. They lust got out of control. And I done seen it, and I done coached some guys that one thing I done noticed is like when a guy get to like 1,000 women, and so you got to realize a regular guy, Genesis, God bless you. Hopefully I don't leave. A regular guy could sleep with 100 women. A regular guy, meaning no money, no fame, could sleep with 100 women. A regular guy could sleep with 200, 300, 500 women. What I have learned is that men who get to around the 1,000 women mark, I don't know in the like if it do the same for women, because I'm a man now. So you got to ask a woman about that. And I'm going to tell you, as a man, I don't watch the stuff, but I understand how the mind work. I don't watch the stuff, but I know what's out there. I know I don't live under a rock. So now listen to me. What I notice is men who done got with about 1,000 women, or they done watched 1,000 of them nasty movies, they go to wanting more. They go to wanting exploration because it get bored. That's why, just like they say, marijuana is a gateway drug. Because what they saying is they smoking that joint, but then after a while, it stopped to get them high. It don't get them high, so now they need a second blunt, third blunt, fourth blunt, fifth blunt. After years of 5 to 12 blunts a day, now they just want to sprinkle a little dust across there. Sprinkle a little dust across there. Then next thing you know, they want something that they could tap that vein with and just get it in there intravenously. And it's just a gateway. It's just one thing to the other. One thing to the other. So that's what's happening with a lot of these men is they able to get on these websites and just go crazy. With that with Angela. They going crazy with Angela. That before you know it, in the course of a year, Angela and they mind done had 1,000 women. And so now they feeling like Don Juan, Bishop Magic, and so now they want them some exploration. Now they want them some exploration. And now it's other kind of stuff that they need to feed that lust demon. And so that's all it is. That's all it is, to be honest with you. And so when you sense a man is into all that right there, that kinky, you got to go on about your business. You got to go on about your business. You got to go on about your business. Thank you, Mama Tish. Mama Tish say, please watch certain words on Tony Live. Certain words with that and that can have him flagged. Thank you. Into the light. This a advertiser friendly network. So y'all got to make sure you ain't using all the kind of words now. Cause they be ready to knock a brother down now. They'll let Joe Rogan say what he wanna say. But me, no, they be ready to put that little yellow sign on me. Genesis, God bless you. I have my one and only, by my 3 months. He decided when given choice to remain a single dad. When I come around, I see he tries not to look at me in my face, or when I do things like bend over. And when the combos come up, no response. Thoughts. Genesis, you're going to have to focus on yourself, Genesis. Because the thing about it is you got to focus on yourself. Can't work. Because now listen what you just said. You just said when you go to bend over. So here you is bending over to pick something up. And here you is, you looking back at him. Here you is trying to bend over to pick something up. And you got your boot all in the air. And you looking back to see if he looking. You down there looking through your legs. You bent over looking through your legs, trying to see if he looking. So he see that. He know you. So he looking at you. Look at it, y'all. Thing about to hit her head on the floor, trying to look through her leg like she about to snap a ball in a football game to see if I'm looking. So now he gonna ignore you. Because a man who done slept with you, a man who you done had his child, he know you like his shoe size. He know you inside and out. So if he know you thirsty, if he know you begging for attention, he's going to use that to play on you. Because he know that's gonna keep you stuck. He know that's gonna keep you trapped. That's gonna keep you in a place to where you can't move on. So if he know that he got your mind and he got you stuck, then he know he can move on and do him. He can move on and do him while you sitting there trying to bend over, about to throw your bike out, trying to catch him looking, trying to see if he gonna look. And so he said, okay, as long as she doing that, I'm good. I could do me. How soon should I wait for a guy to call? Just got my number 2 days ago. Only texting. Called once by accident. So he said, talk for about 3 minutes, but that's it. Makisha. That right there is a taken man. That's a taken man. Unfortunately, that's a taken man. Or fortunately, that's a taken man. So you got to understand that. One thing I want y'all to understand about men is that a man know what he want, and a man go for what he want. So if a man get your number and he not calling you, he just texting you, he's in a relationship. And I want you to understand that none of this is rocket science. None of it is rocket science. So if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck. Like don't see son walking like a duck, quacking like a duck, looking like a duck, and be like, I wonder if that's a bald eagle. That kind of, you know what they say, bald eagles do that sometimes. And that's kind of what y'all be doing today, is y'all be looking at a clear sign, a clear red flag, and be like, well, maybe that is pink. Because, sometimes I might be colorblind. And so you will take and make something that is not, and take what it is and ignore it. And then too, you have to ask yourself, you got to say, okay, sometimes you got to put the shoe on the other foot, and you got to say, okay, if I was in the driver's seat, somebody gave me their number, and I really like this person. I think this person looked good. I think this person looked like who I saw in my mind that I could be with. Would I only just text this person, or would I call this person? And so when you flip it and you put yourself in the driver's seat, then it make it easier for you to understand, like, oh, okay, yeah, this person trying to play me. They're trying to play me. He tried to get me to drive to Charlotte the same day he got my number, and he live in my same city. He was there for business, so he said, SMH, should I block him now? Yeah, you ought to block him. Because he could have seen you in the city. That's another sign he in a relationship. Now, come on now. Y'all got the, yeah. But see, the thing is I understand. Y'all be wanting you a man. So you try to give him the benefit of the doubt, which I get it. But you got to pay attention to the signs now. Why am I getting by my ex? Because I don't want to be in his he full of it. Like he wants to be with me, but he wasted my time, but won't leave me alone. Hit me hard. Uh-huh. Yeah. You already know the answer to that. And I seen a lady, and I'm going to tell you, I seen a lady. I was on the popular page on Instagram, and you know how you click on one post and then you just could scroll the post. So I scrolled the post to get just a whole gambit of what's going on. And now that I'm saying this, you gonna see the video. I seen a lady, she got on like a green dress, and she doing like a little seductive little wine. Look like what, you know, the little snake do in the cartoon when it's trying to seduce you. Remember that cartoon? It could have been from Aladdin or something. And she just up there doing the little thing right here. She got on a green dress, and it's like a TikTok. And it say, them, aren't you the woman who allow her man to have other women? And then it say, me, yes, that's me. And then it say, also me. But you have to understand, his girlfriend slash wife is also my girlfriend slash wife. And then it was like on a page that said something like poly tips or something like that. And the lady literally looked demon possessed. Like the lady literally looked like a seducing Jezebel spirit, like in her eyes, in the way she was doing the little dance. But what Jungle Book snake, from there too. But what I seen was like, when I looked at her, what I could see is somebody who was violated at a young age. Somebody who was taken advantage of. Somebody who was mistreated in every sense of the word. And then grew into an adult woman and no longer has her identity. No longer has, like, her soul has been ripped out. Her mind has been turned over to a reprobate mind. Like, I could see all of that in her eyes. And it's heartbreaking to see. And the same thing have to be with the man too. Because people who healthy and whole don't want no multi-relationship. Because we live with ourselves. So we smell ourselves on a bad day. Like, we smell ourselves on a bad day. Like, women have different things that happen for everyday women. What is monostat? Monostat, send me a chat. What is monostat? What is monostat for? You see what I'm saying? What is the honey pot for? The summer's eve. What is this stuff for? It's for a body that go through stuff. It's for a body that if you with your man and he eat them some dry rub, Louisiana dry rub wings from Wingstop, from Rick Ross Wingstop, and then he come to you kissing on your neck and talking about he want some peach cobbler. He get that Louisiana dry rub down there. You might wake up a little spicy the next day. This is a normal thing. This could happen. So now you wake up spicy the next day. So imagine your man going to this woman who you not spicy. Let's say you mild. Let's say you mild right now. Everything pH going good. pH is good. Phil Henderson. And you good. But your man, he go over here to her and she a little spicy. He get that on his mouth and now he come home to you. People don't typically wash their lips. You don't typically wash your lips. So now he bringing her bacteria home to you. So it's like we have to think about this. And then just like these men who watching these nasty movies and they go from Caitlyn Johnson, watching Caitlyn Johnson to watching Caitlyn Jenner, just like those men do that. The same thing happened in these relationships. So now this man, he going and he being with Caitlyn Jenner. So now he down there getting him a mouthful of Caitlyn Jenner. Or getting him a bike in full. Or getting his... Now he got the fudge stick. So now he taking the fudge stick and he taking the fudge stick out. And then he coming and letting you get you a taste of fudge. Come on now. See, this the thing is this what these polyamorous don't want to think about. This what they not thinking about. Oh well, that's not true, Tony Gaskins, because when I'm in a polyamorous, but I make him shower. As soon as he come home, no, you can't wash off all that. Everything can't be washed off. Some of the stuff is inside of him. So now you don't know what your little nasty man done got pumped into him. And this brewing in his body. Now, when you go to choking on kids, now, while you choking on kids, that's in you now. Now your throat burning. Now you around here esophagus. Where in the world? What's going on? My eyes are watering. So now you around here, esophagus burning. That's because that third leg that you just got done thinking you taking care of just came out of another man behind. And that's why, see this the thing, if people don't think, people don't use their mind. It's like we all have a mind that can write a fiction book. Your mind could write a fiction book. How you think these TV shows exist? From the human mind. So you got to be able to think. If you in a polyamorous, you think that man just over there in that other relationship just missionary? No, it's a whole lot of Sodom and Gomorrah going on over there. And then he coming home and he's bringing that fudge stick. And now you over there sucking on you a fudge sickle. And then if you say, well, I don't do that. But now you're getting the fudge put in you. So now think about this. How do they tell you as a woman, how do they teach you to wipe? They tell you, listen, don't bring nothing from the back door to the front door because you're going to have an itch. So what you think going to happen when your man is over there, even if he with another woman? Even if it ain't no man, you got him cheating and you allow him with this other woman. So now he with this other woman and he getting that fudge on him. Now he coming out her back door and now he coming to go in your front door. So he out her back door into your front door. And you hollering about polyamorous. You hollering about open relationship. You hollering about, you see what I'm saying? And so this what you have to realize. We got to think about this and we got to understand that this stuff ain't innocent. This stuff ain't innocent. That folks nasty. Folks nasty, and that a man who want multiple partners is nasty. And that if that nastiness is not contained, that nastiness gonna get out of control. So now you got to think about it. If this man want him other women, he gonna end up with a woman who got the part of a man. And once he in there, we don't know what's going on. Once he get in there, we don't know what's going on. And then he coming from that woman who got the man part and then coming back home. And then y'all sitting there happy making TikToks about your polyamory. But then the next thing you know, you got all kind of complications. And then you get pregnant. Go to the doctor. The doctor say, well, they ask you all these questions on that sheet. So you put in there that you in a polyamory. The doctor say, unfortunately, I hate to bring this to you, but because of the strand of bacteria that was in you, your child have one eye. I hate to tell you, your child have one eye. The other side, it'll be closed, but it won't be an eye in it. And so now you like, whoa. What you say, what, doctor? That's because your man was out there collecting bacteria. Like a scientist. He just out there collecting petri dishes of bacteria. And then we hollering about open relationships and swinging and polyamory and not thinking about the bacteria and everything that's getting passed around. Not thinking about the spiritual transmitted diseases. We ain't thinking about that. We ain't thinking about the hearts that's in there. We not thinking about how people struggling mentally, and that the person you with, the type of people that they got to be with, that'll be cool with that. You're not thinking about what those people have gone through. You ain't thinking about that. So this man who want to have multiple women gonna end up being with a man who look like a woman, and gonna end up doing some things and then bringing that home, and then gonna end up dealing with some spirits that will take lives physically because they losing the battle spiritually. We ain't thinking about that. And we calling common sense old school. We calling common sense, outdated. Common sense ain't going nowhere. Common sense ain't outdated. Wisdom ain't outdated. So listen, you got to get in a situation where you monogamous. You with one person. And y'all in love and y'all together. And when y'all can't be together, y'all okay being by yourself. It's just like I'm sitting in this hotel room I'm gonna be by myself in this hotel room. I'm not finna be calling Tranquisha up here. I'm gonna be in this hotel room by myself. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, the game on. My team the won. This other game, I really ain't too worried about that. I'm bored. Let me go to work. Let me serve my purpose. You see what I'm saying? You get with this man that he ain't living right. He calling Tranquisha to his room on his business trip. Tranquisha answers him, hello. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was you. He got Tranquisha coming over. And then from right to that, right to you. And see, that's the thing we got to think about. This the thing we got to think about that we're not thinking about. And we in this world where you got whole groups and organizations that's trying to normalize foolishness. They trying to normalize it. Trying to make it look like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong. Let people live their life. Let people do what they want to do. No. We ain't doing all that. We need to be traditional. We need to be relational. We need to use common sense. And we have to, we got to figure that out. And you got to get to a place to where you can start to say, okay, what really makes sense? Do this really make sense to be in an open bacteria relationship? Because there's enough bacteria just between the two of us. Based on what's being ate, just eating habits, just different things. It's enough going on. So you got to think about that. And so when you really get to that point, then you start to realize, you know what, this don't make sense what the world trying to push. This stuff the world trying to push don't make sense. That we need to have a traditional, monogamous, healthy, faithful, honest relationship. And if we can't do that, then we need to be single. Because all this stuff is just really to get your soul. It's to get your mind. It's to make you lose your mind. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's to make you lose your mind. And so you got to understand. Hey, let me see. I'm going to do 13 more minutes. When I go to doing these lives, it do get draining. Strong again. God bless you. Is it too much to want to be physically attracted to a man, but not allowing that to be the only reason, and for him to have a plan for his life? No, it's not too much to want to be physically attracted. But even with physical attraction, you got to look at it. So you got to look at it like, okay, can this be worked on? Like, some men just need a teeth cleaning, need a good teeth cleaning. Some men need a good shave. Some men need to get the hair fiber sprayed on their hairline. Some men may just need to lose some weight. So you got to, can this be worked on? And if it can, then you got to understand that. Now, if it can't be worked on, and he is handsome in the sight of the Lord, he handsome in the sight of his mom, then it's another woman that's attracted to his natural aesthetics. And you have, and in that case, go on about your business. But you'll see that right away. And having a plan, none of us have a plan. The thing is he taking steps? I start 10 businesses a week and then stop the 10 businesses the next week. Nobody really have a plan. Everybody feeling in the dark. Everybody just putting one foot in front of the other. Don't nobody really have a real plan. We think we got a plan, but life don't work like that. It don't go the way so don't, get caught up in a man showing you a 12-page business plan and having his next 10 years planned out to a T. Is he ambitious? Is he making moves? Is he taking steps? Is he trying to do something? Focus on that. And I remember meeting a lady. She was married. She was 280 pounds when she met her husband. When I met her, she was like 130 pounds. And then she went to doing fitness competitions at around between 120 and 130 pounds. But she came from 280 pounds. So the man was a personal trainer and he was into working out. So he didn't see her for where she was. He saw her for where she could be. And then when she got that weight off of her, she looked totally different. And so that's what you have to understand when you looking at people. Some people just need to learn how to dress. Strong again. God bless you now. Ava Gordon, yeah, what's the best way to start a business when you don't know what your gifts are? I have a course on Tony Gass's Academy called Entrepreneurship with Purpose. That was my attempt at that, trying to help people with that, but it's a little too hard to just address, right here, because a lot of questions that got to be asked to get there. You said take a point off when rating on appearance for things society says isn't attractive. If I'm dark skinned with afro hair, does that mean I have to rate myself automatically lower and date ugly men? Well, the thing is, what you have to understand is, if you can't call yourself ugly and you can't call a man ugly. So and then you got to say, well, where does society say dark skin is unattractive? And if society says dark skin is unattractive, then you have to understand, are there people who think dark skin is attractive? And the answer is yes. And I've met a lot of black guys who they would not talk to a non-black woman to save their life. And they want a black woman. So you can't just get caught up in the media. But what I'm saying by that is to be humble, meaning we have to realize that we all have flaws. So you see, like this wrinkle in my forehead, it go right across the middle of my forehead. Now right now I got my hairline sprayed on. So if I wash this hairline out, it's gonna be real light up there. It's gonna be real thin. So I can't go into, and see I got bags under my eyes. So I can't go into the world saying, man, woo, I'm good looking. One of the best looking things since sliced bread. Well, woo, this wrinkle look good. Woo, these bags look good. Woo, this light hairline look good. That's what I mean, is we have to be realistic and we got to be humble, and we can't take and put ourselves on this high pedestal. But at the same time, that don't mean to feel like you ugly. That don't mean to call yourself ugly. So what I mean is just how you have flaws, or you have things that may not be perfect, the person you meet will have things that are not perfect. And so if you got something which dark skin is perfect, that's a preference. So that don't fit in the same thing. And a afro, that's a preference, but the hair is perfect. Now see, the thing is if your nose sit like this here, now it's like, okay, that's a unique nose. Because most noses, when I was growing up, they used to call that Nostradamus. And that you could smell what's cooking next Wednesday. Now, most noses might sit about right here, and here, and here, and here. So now if your nose sit out here, you have to be realistic and say, okay, I do have a really heavy draft of wind coming in, and I do understand that my nose is unique because I'm smelling a lot, and so I have to understand that I can't just walk around with my nose sitting out here and just feel like every just it's a normal across the board. And so sometimes you're gonna see men and their forehead. See, my hairline probably supposed to be right there. But you'll see men like Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith hairline is right there. So he got from here to here. That's all forehead. So he can't walk around and just be like, man, that forehead amazing. Whoa, that forehead look good. He have to be realistic and have to be able to say, okay, the forehead is 5, 6, 7. Okay, so with this 7 head, I cannot, okay, with a 7 head, I cannot judge this woman for her edges being a little pushed back. That's what that means. So it's some people who have things that are an acquired taste, but then they want to judge other people based on perfection. So that's what I mean. So you have to realize that. So it just like, if you dark skinned, he might be light skinned. Light skinned in society, a light skinned man might be seen as stereotyped as soft, stereotyped as, metro, this or that. So if you dark skinned, then you can't judge him for being light skinned. If you got an afro, he may have a bald head. So you can't judge his bald head if you got an afro. Or if you got, a tight ponytail. Or if you got, split ends. Your hair coming to your butt, but you got split ends. 6 inches of it dead. So you can't judge. That's what that means. So, we can't, what it says is, don't be so sensitive. Don't be, you got to be lighthearted with yourself. And when you're going out here and you're dating, you got to be realistic. We can't come out here and feel like a 10 and then call everybody else a 5. He has everything together except the body part. How to get past that beard belly? Just not appealing to me. I like him though. Can't worry about that, Sharon. Can't worry about that. When you have a list, you got to take the numbers off. Got to take height off. Got to take weight off. And this go for male and female. Got to take height off. Got to take weight off. Got to take income off. And you got to judge the person by who they are at their heart first. So it's like this right here. If he got a beer belly, all he needs is a little more water. And he just need he might need a keto challenge. 2 weeks. Get that right there going. That body go to eating up on that. He might need a little vegan. Go vegan for a little bit. You get some amazing vegan recipes. Next thing you know, he eating that vegan like it's soul food. Which really it is soul food. But he eating it like it's fried chicken and collard green. Like what I had today. And next thing you know, that stomach falling off. So that's what I mean. You can't judge off stuff like that. Because the same thing is, a woman could have, little stomach on a lot of stomach on but guess what? That's weight. Weight could come off. So if she an amazing person with a beautiful spirit, and she a great person, and that man could look and see like, wow, she's been overlooked and she's been unloved just because of the things that have happened to her in her life and the way things have turned out. A smart man, he gonna take and he gonna see beyond that. And even in my marriage, people look at my wife and they say, "Oh, she beautiful, she beautiful," and my wife is beautiful. But at the same time, she still it still was stuff we had to overlook. I'm 5'10", she 5'8", so she want a 6'2", 6'4" man, really, you know. And I could have been like, "Oh, her booty not big enough, her stomach not flat enough, you know, her hair not this enough, or her skin not dark enough." You know, I could have looked and been judgmental over stuff that really don't matter. But she looked past the stuff that didn't really matter, and I looked past the stuff that didn't really matter, and then we got together and we hit it off. So that's what we got to understand. What time is it? Is it 7:40? I can't remember if I turned the clock back. And so, and this asking a lot. You know, it's asking a lot because we live in a superficial society. And I know women always say, "Well, oh, men not being asked to this, men not being asked," and men are being asked to that. It's just who you listening to, you know, and you got to understand that. What if he ain't even interested in being a God man who thinks he doesn't need that to get with me? That is a major criteria. I'm guessing you're saying godly man or good man. You can't compromise on that. That's a standard. Faith, that's a standard. So you can't compromise on that. What's your thoughts on plastic surgery for women that want to glow up? I'm getting my eyebrows microbladed soon, but I wanted to know what's going too far and will be seen as unattractive. Well, Hope, for one, you got to realize when you go to dealing with that plastic surgery, you could lay down and might not get back up. So that's first and foremost what you got to realize. And so you got to really understand where your budget at. Because that's how Kanye West lost his mama, plastic surgery. God rest her soul. I lost my cousin. I had a cousin who, she was outside of the beauty constructs of America. And based on what America says is beautiful, it started to weigh her down. She went to Colombia or somewhere like that. Got on the table and didn't get up. So I say that to say, I tell people, if the dentist and the gym or Jesus can't fix it, I pretty much leave it the way it is. I leave it the way it is. I will leave it the way it is. Because to be honest with you, when we see people who get plastic surgery, 10 out of 10 of them, we say they looked better before the plastic surgery. 10 out of 10 of them. We never really see anybody get plastic surgery and think the post plastic surgery look better. For all the reality, Tracy Ann Jackson been following me on here for a while. She's Dr. Jim, not Dr. Jim. Dr. GYM, not Dr. JIM. 100%. So listen, don't let the world beat up on you. Don't let the world tell you less than. So you could get, you know, microblading, that's not surgery, you know. That's just microblade. Plastic surgery though, that's a whole nother ball game. Yeah. Coach Green, you right. There's a lot of the women and there's some men out there get plastic surgery too. And they come because nobody could design you like God. So somebody could have a cleft palate and still be attractive. That's because that's how it was born. Now, if they got that fixed because it could cost them their life or what have you, okay, that's understandable. You know, I remember Keisha Cole with the gaps in her teeth. Keisha Cole with the gaps in her teeth smile was cuter than the perfect straight teeth. That's why T.D. Jakes and Michael Strahan keeping their gap, because that's how God made their gum set. So their gum just ain't have no tooth right there in the middle. The tooth come out on the sides and got that right there. If they go to get that teeth fixed, they'll have a full smile, but it just will look weird. It'll be like, oh, your gum wasn't made to have nothing right there. So, you just have to. And then when we see the celebrities go get those teeth put in their gums, 9 out of 10 of them look like them chiclets that we used to eat. Them chiclets that used to have, little white chiclets, 9 out of 10 of them look like they just got a box of chiclets and just pop them chiclets on top of their teeth. Just slit the teeth right through the chiclet. And they can't see themselves. So they just be and you be like, man, Mr. Ed. Like, you ain't know what, Mr. Ed. Like, like, what you went in there? Hey, yeah, you see Mr. Ed, the horse, Mr. Ed smile. That's what I want. And so that's the thing. When I start see, and all I needed to see is I just needed to see that. Because I had crooked teeth. But you know what I did? I went and got braces. Now you see the teeth? I went and got braces. As a grown man, 32 and a half years old, I got braces. And I had braces for about 3 years as a grown man. And at one point, the braces split my teeth apart, so I had a field goal down here on the bottom. For those y'all in Tony Gasson's Academy, I shot some courses with that field goal down there on the bottom that I need to reshoot. But I went through it. Because I say I'm not finna go in there and let them people put somebody else's teeth in my mouth. Something done happened to me, they can't even identify me because I ain't got my teeth in. I ain't got my own teeth. Don't fit my bone structure. So this the thing. Now, I ain't knocking nobody who done went, because if you watching this and you got veneers, yours look good. Yours look good. If you watching this and you got veneers, yours look amazing. But for everybody else, they could keep somebody else's teeth. Keep your own teeth. Love yourself. We got to get to the place where we love ourselves. We love ourselves. It's some stuff you could go and get that's natural. Stuff that's already in your body. Like some type of certain filler, your body already produced that stuff. So that's why it dissolves. That's why now some people go get the wrong kind and they have allergic reaction. Okay, now they know, okay, that ain't for you. All right, just get you, just get you some cream, do you something else to take care of your crow's feet. If that filler or Botox give you a reaction, it's not for you. The way the Lord made you, it's gonna work out for you. So we got to love ourselves, and that's one of the things I used to blog for the Huffington Post. And I tried to write a blog trying to encourage women not to let the world put so much pressure on y'all to where y'all going and just maligning your body because of what the world's saying. And the Huff Post wouldn't publish it because it's, your body, your right. So they didn't want a man encouraging women to love themselves and not let the world put so much pressure on you. And I get it and I don't get it. I get it and I don't get it. So at the end of the day, if that's what you want to do, go get a surgery. That's your choice. And I totally get it. Women I know and love have had surgeries because their body was one way, had kids, the body was no longer that way. So at the end of the day, it's your choice. But you just got to be able to live with it. Because I know women who done went and got them an augmentation. And because that's an augmentation, the body don't receive it. It capsulized, crystallized in there, some hard form. And now they got to go get slit open again to have it taken out and have it replaced, or have it taken out. So now instead of just one set of scarring, they got 2 set of scar, or 3 set of scar, or 4 set of scar, because they'll go get an augmentation, and one of them sitting up here, and one of them sitting down there, and they lay down on the beach chair, and they keep switching places, and they trying to get a selfie, and one of them off keep driving over to the side, and one of them keep coming up here, and they keep trying to get it in there, but the little silicone that's in there, it keep moving around. I remember I was shooting a documentary, and one of the ladies we interviewed was talking about her butt implants, and we was really curious. We was like, so now can you kind of show us what you talking about? And she stood up and she grabbed the booty cheek, and she was able to flip and toss that little thing around in there. And so the booty went to kind of break dancing, and she was able to flip the thing around and just flip it around, and it was inside her booty. And she said it cost her $10,000. And I said, man. And so we seen celebrities who got money go and get that put in there, and you see them walking, and one cheek down here, one cheek down here, and one cheek up here. And this millionaires, one cheek down here, one cheek up here. And then the cheeks go to smiling. So now the cheeks smiling, they just spread out and just walk around, just air, just in and out. Cause it's a foreign object put in there. So the woman sit down too long, the foreign object go to move. The woman stand up, booty cheeks out here, and just all this just a gap, just air. And so you have to think about that. And because you got to realize the doctors you're going to is not God. And some of these doctors is like Dr. Death. You seen Dr. Death on Netflix or American Greed? I think it's on American Greed. The man finessed his way through doctor school and just went to doing back surgery on people, doing back surgery on his close friends, and was paralyzing his friends. There's a lot of doctors out there like that, that was handsome or that was pretty, and they was able to sleep with the professor and get through school. And they out there don't bit more, know what they doing than the man on the moon. And that's why we see so many celebrities got to go get second, third, fourth. I just read about a celebrity that say she done went to 3 doctors. She done went to 3 doctors trying to get them to fix her botched BBL or whatever it was. And she said the doctors told her they can't do it, because they don't want that on their hand. Them doctors don't want that on their record. Them doctors like, listen, man, look, you're not finna come in here and die on my table. You better keep that flat booty. And I'm gonna tell you, when I met my wife, being superficial, when she walked away, she really ain't had no hump on her back. But what happened after she had our first son? She lost a lot of weight, worked out, lost a lot of weight. But she joined this weightlifting team. And when she joined that weightlifting team, for those y'all, any of y'all who see this, who know about competing, the fitness competitions, it was a team out there, they might still be out there, called Bombshell. And it costs $99 a month. And they send you a meal plan, and they send you a workout plan. Well, Bombshell workout plan was a bunch of Stairmaster, a bunch of squats, a bunch of lunges, a bunch of Stairmaster. So my wife went from a flat booty to lifted glutes. Gave her a booty just from the gym, Dr. GYM. And then when she put on weight, it filled out them lifted glutes. So then it was a booty. So I said, Lord, I thank you. Now she wasn't happy about the weight, from the second child. But I was telling the Lord, thank you. I said, Lord, you heard my prayers and you knew my needs. And so we happened to bump into this lady who had this competing team. And she started doing 1,000 squats a day now, by the equivalent of 1,000 squats a day. And next thing you know, baby number 2 came, and that thing changed my life. I remember my sister asking me, Cherie got a butt job. Cherie got her butt done. I said, no, she did not. And because it was happening so much, so many women was getting their booty done, I kind of started to change my stance on it. I was like, well, maybe it's all right. Maybe it's all right. I was starting to change my stance on it. And I was like, baby, what you think about that? Think about the booty job people doing. I'm just curious. I ain't saying get one. I just want to know what you think about it. And she said, absolutely not. She said, you got to sit on that. She said, I'm not getting nothing put in my booty. I have to sit on that all day. She's like, that stuff be done spread through your body, stuff, just all kind of stuff could go wrong. You sitting on that all day. And she was a med student. So I said, okay, yeah, you got a point. You got a point. And it was around that time, the man who was like a lady would start putting Fix-A-Flat. Start putting Fix-A-Flat in the women's booty. And women started dying from that Fix-A-Flat. And now this, I think it was a man, but dressed like a lady. She had Fix-A-Flat in her too, but her body could handle it. So it just had, looked different, looked different, but lived. But some people lost their life from that Fix-A-Flat. And it was really from social media, just making people feel insecure about their body. And so we have to think about that. And my thing is to the ladies, like, love yourself. Love yourself. Go to the doctor if you want some braces. Go to the gym if you want to lose weight. Get you some cocoa oil, the cocoa butter, cocoa stick, rub that on your stomach. If you need the lightening cream because it got really, really dark from having a child, and it's like this, that's the healing, get you some little stuff just to get it even with the rest of your skin tone. Like, do the natural stuff that you could do before you trust man playing God on your body, because that's dangerous. And you just do not want to be the one who lay down and don't get up. And it's happening. Thousands of women a day, but they're not going to put that on the news because they don't really care, because a lot of the women that's going in there is minority. A lot of the women going in there are minority, because minority women have been made to feel unattractive and really downright ugly, have been made to feel ugly. And that's all is producing money, though, because if these surgeons making millions, they paying millions in taxes to the government. So if insecurity sells, that's how people say X sells. People say X sells, SE sells, insecurity sell. Insecurity sells. So the world gonna make you feel unattractive so that you go get all of this stuff. And it's just driving up the economy. It's just running up the economy, because the people you buy from, they got to pay. So if this are billions of dollars being spent from people insecurity, that means billions of tax dollars being paid. And so you got to think about that. And sometimes, and you got to realize everybody is an acquired taste. Everybody got their own unique look. For me, I'm a grown man right now. But if you see how big my head is, so yeah, in my face, a woman could have said, "Oh, Tony, you know, you don't look bad. Oh, you look cute." But when I turned my head, I have a long head. When I was 7 years old, I went to play City League football. And they had rows, they had like 12 rows of helmets. And helmets go all the way around. Them people had me try on every helmet in there. I was 7 years old. Not a single helmet fit my head. I was 7 years old. Them people looked at my dad and said, "Sir, we don't have a helmet that fits your son. We're gonna have to special order a helmet out of Texas." We lived in Florida. So it's like everybody gonna have something. Y'all gotta forgive me. And y'all gotta forgive me, I ain't got good lighting in here. Everybody gonna have something. And so this the thing, is we got to be able to laugh at ourselves. So them people had to order me a helmet from Texas. And here go the helmet, here go the helmet coming from Texas. And then when I got the helmet, because I got a hook on my head, the helmet wouldn't fit right. So all of my chin was out. Cause the face mask stopped right here. Face mask supposed to come out here, but the hook had the helmet back there. So then I had to wear the helmet up so I could see. If I pull it down right here to where everybody else's was, then the whole back of this is out. So I said, Lord. And then I had a cousin, my first cousin. "Hey, cuz, man, hey, cuz." I said, what? "Hey, man, don't look over here without putting on no turn signal. Man, you better put a turn signal on before you look left or right with that head." All right. "Hey, cuz." "What?" "Boy, you don't have dreams, you have movies." All right, cuz. "Hey, cuz, if you look at the ground, you gonna fall over." And just every time I seen him, he just gone. And see, this is the thing. We got to get to the place where we can laugh at ourselves. We live in a world where women hating their stomach. I got a family member. She hate her stomach. She hate her stomach because she done had kids. And I say, listen, don't no man care about that stomach? "Yeah, but sometimes it look like hamburger meat." I said, just keep your shirt on when you about to sleep with the man. He ain't got to have that shirt off. He care about what's between them legs. "Yeah, but I want to be able to go to the beach." "Okay, well, go to the beach." "Yeah, but I don't like my stomach looking all dark like this and wrinkle up." I say, listen, they got all kind of creams. You just got to apply that cream 3 times a day. You're going to be slippery like a slip and slide. But they got creams that'll take and get you back to your natural color. That'll take and start to, lighten up them stretch marks. And, but I say, you got that you gave birth. That natural beauty. You gave birth. You can't, "No, but I want a tummy tuck." I say, listen, your face don't do good with pimples. So if your face can barely handle a pimple, how your body gonna handle a surgery? And then where your money at? You can't afford the Kardashians docked out there in Beverly Hills. You got to go over there to Bogota. You go over there to Bogota, them people don't care about you. Flew in there with COVID. So they think, laid on their table. You coming to get $20,000 of work for $3,000. That man finna put you under, be in there with the gun. Yeah, He's yeah, I think so. Florida, Florida. Yeah. Woo. I said that man don't care nothing about you. So now you go over there to Bogota and wake up dead. Why? Because you want to go to the beach. I say, listen, Lord done bless you with thighs and booty. Wear your cute t-shirt that stop right at your bikini line. And not just accentuate what the Lord done gave you. If you that shame of your scratch marks and the discoloration. But don't let these people send you to no doctor. Don't let these people send you to get on nobody's table. Come on now, we got to love ourselves. And listen, I live with a woman, my wife, going on 15 years of marriage. So I see the struggle. I see the struggle. And I done had to stand beside my wife through tough times of just dealing with, body image. But what I started to do is in every season of my wife's body, I just start to lust. And I'd be like, ooh, I just be lusting. And I had to work against the world. I had to just praise her body to where she stopped worrying and thinking about what the world say about a woman body. And you got to love yourself, because guess what? Somebody love it. Somebody love it. So if you love it, somebody gonna love it. And we got to get to that place. So listen, I really don't want to be on here no 4-5 hour live. Want to be able to call my wife and whatnot. I don't know what time it is right now. And I can't stand these hotels that the outlet be. Hold on right quick. The outlet don't like to charge. So listen, you got to start to love yourself. And when you love yourself across the board. Love yourself across the board. Love your mind. Love your body. Love your process. Love everything you growing through, everything you going through. And love means look yourself in the mirror and say, this is what I need to work on. Here go the personality things I need to work on. Here go the mindset things I need to work on. Here's the habits I need to work on. That's what self-love is. And then self-love is setting standards for your life. Set standards for your life so that you say, listen, I ain't gonna let nobody treat me like this. I ain't gonna let nobody treat me like this. I ain't gonna let nobody treat me like this. And when you set those standards, now you start to get that. And then when you start to do this, so I look and say, okay, I don't love, my stomach. But guess what? I could go do something about that. Now they got Sculpt, which I heard about, that wrap around your waist and it like 1,000 abs. It just squeeze. But you be done passed out. The thing be done gave you a heart attack. That's how Bruce Lee died, from one of them machines that was just like it was like doing 1,000 push-ups in a minute, exploded his heart. You get on that Sculpt, be done died. Be done went in cardiac arrest, trying to, look a certain way for somebody else. And so you got to understand that. And so what I say I'm finna walk. I'm gonna walk every day, do my little running. They say when you work your legs, you burn more calories. So I'm gonna do me some squats. So yeah, okay. I'm burn more calories. And so you have to do what you can do and get to that place and love yourself, and you're gonna see the change happen. So hey, this say 120 minutes. I think that's 2 hours. So I feel like we done did enough. I appreciate you being on here. Thank you to the moderators. The moderators, we had an open chat tonight. So y'all see how they, they just don't be deleting y'all stuff just to be deleting it. They do it when we doing a Q&A. We had an open chat tonight, so they let y'all, do y'all thing. So appreciate the moderators. And tomorrow, I don't know if I go on live tomorrow night. I got the speaking engagement tomorrow. Don't know what time. Be back to the hotel, so I may or may not be on here. I think I'm gonna try to get over to Instagram now and do my Instagram Q&A. And see this right here, just what a faithful man do when he in the hotel room. So listen to me. You get you one of them polyamory men. Get you one of them men want 2-3 women. When he go on the road, you don't know who he got in there. Tranquisha right in there. And that's your man, and he be right in there with Tranquisha getting his back blowed out and coming back to you. So listen, stop listening to society. Start listening to your heart and what you know you want and need and deserve. Hey, this Tony Gaston. God bless you. We'll talk soon.